Hello, and today I'm going to be talking about character building when you are writing a story. So the first thing you need to think when you are writing your story is about your main character or your main characters, if you may be focusing on more than one person. So you need to introduce them in the beginning with maybe a brief description of what they look like, so the reader can get an image in their mind of what the character looks like, obviously, because otherwise they're going to make it up in their own minds, and then when you describe them, they're not going to look right. The next thing you need to do is you need to think of the traits of your character, like what they're going to be like. Are they going to be a happy, bubbly person? Are they going to be a little bit sad and depressed? Are they going to be taken away from everybody else, so they're a little bit distanced from everybody? Are they going to have issues with certain things? Now these traits may all come from events that have happened to them in the past, which you may allude to, or you may just leave them quiet and let the reader decide. The traits that your character has will determine what they do later on in the book, how they react to other people, how other people react to them possibly. You've also got to think about making sure that if you have characters that are friends, their personalities fit together. So what I do is I take little traits from people that I know and then add them into my characters. So maybe you've got a group of 5 or 6 friends, and you've got the joker and the serious one, and so you take those kinds of traits and put them into your characters, so that then your characters will feel more human. A little known saying is, well, it's the yin and yang thing. So when you are creating good and evil characters, a character can't be inherently good or inherently evil. There is always a little bit of evil inside the good and a little bit of good inside the evil. So your evil character will not be this, or should not be this maniacal character that just wants death for everything. Because they may not be, they may have a soft side, they may have a weakness. And the same with your good character, they will not or should not be inherently good. There should be something in them. Maybe it's probably not evil, because they are your main character. They are the good guy. If you are writing your main character as a good guy, you may be writing your main character as a bad guy. But there should be something there that they're not always good, they're not always evil, there's a little mix of both. It just makes the characters more interesting if they've got those traits. The next thing you'd need to probably think about is if an event is going to happen to your character at some point in the book, at some point in the series, is that going to change the personality of your character, or will they be able to work through it and stay the same? Because you can't have a character that is happy and bubbly at the beginning of your series or at the beginning of your book, and then lots and lots and lots and lots of terrible things happen to them. Maybe they lose people, maybe the world is ending, but they stay this happy bubbly character, because the chances are there would be something that would change in them. It might just be worth researching things like that, people who go through traumas and how they deal with it, how they manage to get through it. And obviously the other characters in your book's perception of them may change if their personality changes. Another thing that I find important with character building is making sure the dialogue that they speak fits their personality. So if you have a teenage character or a fairly young character, chances are they're not going to speak the Queen's English, they're not going to speak very posh, they're going to speak in slang. Maybe they have an accent, maybe they come from a different part of the country to another character, so you need to use that kind of language to accentuate how they speak, so then the reader gets an even clearer picture in their mind of who the character is. As well as like a teenage character speaking in slang, perhaps if you have an older character, possibly, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, middle-aged upwards, if you are writing it as if it's the present day, chances are they are going to speak in a different language than a different dialect, than if you are writing about a teenage character. I haven't often heard teenagers and middle-aged people speaking in the same kind of dialect. Now there's probably absolutely loads that I have missed out from the character building, and if I think of anything else I will probably do a second video on it. I would love to know if you have any tips for character building in your stories, if there's anything in particular that you have to think about before you create a character. So for now, from me, that's goodbye.